shade. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam?
Good morning. Welcome back to Washakie Wednesday. I'm Amy Baugh.
And I'm Ann Brock. And today we are going to talk about termites, Amy.
Yay.
It's not exactly the glamorous side of real estate, as we all know, but definitely something that buyers and sellers do need to know about, especially since there's been some new changes with VA and FHA loan requirements here in Wyoming.
That's right. So as of June 2025, VA and FH loans in Wyoming now require a termite, or more formally, a wood-destroying organism inspection no matter where the home is located.
So this is what we're going to learn about the change and why it matters. In the past, termite inspections were only required in certain high-risk areas, but now it's statewide. So even homes here in Washakie County have to be checked if the buyer is using a VA or an FHA loan. There's no one in Worland offering this service, so we do have to order in services from outside of the county. Casper, Cody. This means as soon as you're under contract, you gotta order that inspection. It's gonna take time.
That's right. So this includes Worland, Tensley, out in the country, everywhere. Lenders want to make sure that the home is structurally sound and free of anything that could compromise that safety.
Right, and especially when you consider that termites can do thousands of dollars in damage quietly and quickly. Most of the time, homeowners do not even realize that they have them.
Right.
They're sneaky little fellers.
Right. So most people think Wyoming's climate is not favorable for termites, but they are actually, there's two kinds of termites, a subterranean or a paper termite and dry wood termites. The subterranean termites are the ones that live underground, then they build a little mud tunnel along the concrete foundations to get into the wood that's inside your home. Which the mud tunnel keeps them from freezing and drying out, so then they can thrive in our cold, dry climate.
Right. Yes, they can. And as a matter of fact, I need more than just these two hands to count the number of homes and offices here in Washakie County that I know of that have had infestation remediation done. So it really, really, truly is a thing in our area now, believe it or not.
So what do our buyers need to know? So this means for our buyers, if you're using a VA or a FHA type loan, here you'll need to get a licensed inspector to come out and do a termite or WDO inspection, and that report gets sent to your lender. If it's clean, you're good to go. If not, we move on.
Yes, and if they do find termites, carpenter ants, or even old damage that has not been treated properly, the issue has got to be resolved before closing. So treatment, and in most cases, a follow-up inspection to verify that the problem has been taken care of.
So we've already had a few buyers and sellers caught off guard by that. So now we are just making sure to build it into the timeline of your contract from the start.
That's right. So most recent inspection that I've had with my buyers cost around $250, and treatment can vary depending on the severity of the infestation. I had a listing that had a initial remediation of a bit over $1,000. Then they applied for an annual reinspection that cost about $200, and they would go in and treat them again. And on a VA loan, the VA buyer cannot pay that $250 inspection.
So just so you know, if your porch is held up by termites, it's probably not structurally sound.
I'm guessing not, and that can happen. So, sellers, listen up, because it does affect you too, just like I was talking. If your buyer is coming in with a VA or FHA loan and they find that damage during the inspection, you're going to be expected to take care of it. So pre-inspections is a good idea.
Yeah, so if you have an older home or it has lots of wood contact, like wood to ground contact, it sits on a crawl space, maybe doing a whole WDO inspection pre-listing would be the best way to go. That way you're not scrambling at the end to get it taken care of.
Right. And even if you're not selling yet, preventive maintenance does go a long way. So keep wood piles away from your home. Fix any kind of leaky spigots or gutters because that moisture is what they need to stay alive. And don't treat suspicious mud tubes as nothing. They're probably an indication of termites.
Mm-hmm. So no one wants to have the surprise of termites at the end of a closing.
No, they do not. So I guess the big takeaway on this is that VA and FHA buyers in Wyoming now need termite inspections, no exceptions, and that means a little bit more planning on both sides of the deal.
But to be all honesty, from our perspective, it's a good thing. It protects the buyer, the lender, the long-term health of the home. And as agents, we're happy to help coordinate any of those inspections and guide you through that process.
Yep. So if you've got questions or if you just need a list of as local as possible licensed inspectors, we're just a message away. So feel free to contact us. So if you learned something new or if there's something you'd like to learn about, drop questions in our comments and come back next time on the same time for our next show, hopefully with fewer bugs.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why termites can give you a good tour of your home?
I don't.
They know every nook and cranny.
Oh, I bet they do. They've been through it all.
They've been through it all.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets surrender, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still.
So, let's get into some events happening in our area. So, Chiefs baseball is tonight, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. They're playing against Riverton. And they'll be back on Monday, the 7th at 4 and 6 to play against Cody.
Okay, and the Washakie Museum is having a 4th of July sale starting tomorrow, July 3rd, through the 16th, and it's going to include 15% off all UW apparel and more.
Nice. The 10 Sleep Saloon is going to start our week off on the 3rd at 8 o'clock with a man in tan. So go check out some live music in 10 Sleep.
Yes, and for the 4th of July, rodeo and events in 10 Sleep. We've got the craft show from 9 to 2 on Friday. They're going to have food trucks, crafters, vendors. There's going to be something for everyone. Then the parade kicks off at 10 on Main Street. The rodeo will be at 1 o'clock on Friday and 5 o'clock on Saturday. And street dance, both nights, starts around 8 p.m. Lemon's going to open both nights. Rattlesnake Ridge will play on the 4th. And Jeannie Lee and the Reckoning will play on the 5th.
Awesome. So most people want fireworks for the 4th of July, and we have a report update on that. If you're thinking of going to Thermopolis, unfortunately, that has been canceled. So if you want fireworks, they will be allowed in Worland at the first gravel pit that is on the road out to the landfill here from July 3rd through the 6th. Also in 10 Sleep, are they doing fireworks?
There's no official show, but if you are out on the 10 Sleep over the 4th and 5th, they're, again, not official, but everybody shoots off fireworks all over town in the past, so I'm sure they're doing the same. But if you need a real fireworks show, there's always the Old Reliable at the Cody Stampede. They've got the parade on the 4th, and there's a rodeo every night, and fireworks show on Friday night, too. Mm-hmm. So
lots of fun things happening.
Yep, sure is.
Also, just be careful when you're out there shooting fireworks. If the person in charge of the fireworks starts running, you should run as well. Don't.
I'm sure I would have to agree. So, what do you get when you cross a dinosaur and fireworks?
I don't know.
Dynamite.
Very good.
All right, join us back next week.
Everybody have a great 4th of July.
Remember, this is somebody's last 4th of July with all their fingers.
Oh.
Make sure it's not you. Be
Make
safe.
sure it's not you. Keep your fingers safe.